how to add attributes in runtime. This is also something that I see often in the Facebook group. That's why I decided to do this demo. What I'm going to show again is using SAS infrastructure, but there is a way to use .NET infrastructure to do basically the same. So you can add an attribute to a POCO class. You have to do reflection and so on and so forth. But actually, the type info object from XAF will make it like super easy. Like in 2 or 3 lines, you can basically add attributes to your application. So let's go back to the persistent classes and let me show you something. This class, as you can see, there is no default class option. So this should not appear in the menu, but it's appearing in the menu. And the question is why? Well, because I'm adding the default class option in runtime. So to do that, again, you go to the module, all these customizations happening at the module level. And here, add default class option. This is like super easy. So again, I'm searching for the type information by the type name, the full type name. I think if the class is defined in the assembly, you can, what happened here? If the type is defined in the assembly, you can basically just go with the short name, but I would suggest you to use the full name all the time. So again, I get the type info, and you have this method, add attribute, and then you pass the new instance of the attribute object. So there is something that you need to remember regarding attributes. They have like a special syntaxes in .NET. Usually you name the class as whatever you want to name it, and then you add the attribute word. And the attribute word is not needed once you put it inside of the braces. Here you don't see it. I don't know why it's not showing like that in the studio, but usually the attribute part shows like a little darker. It means that it's an optional part of the name of the class. It's a strange behavior from .NET that part of the name you can skip it basically. So just to show this working or not, I will comment this out and you will see that we wouldn't have the menu anymore. And when I put it back, we will have the menu. And you can do that with all the possible attributes. In this case, I used the most simple case, which is the full class option, but you can do validations. You can do, you name it, whatever is an attribute you can add in runtime. There is a way to do it with .NET and reflection, but this is way better, actually. It's easier. So let's run this. And even though this is open, there is no navigation menu. So that's an easy way. For example, maybe you have the person class that is defined in, well, we can do that actually. Let's add another type here and let's add an attribute for that type. So let's see. In the constructor, you can do this additional exported types. Let's add type of person. Okay, so this means that it will be included in the process of when SAS create the views and process the model and when it updates the schema and the database. That's what this line means. So let's do something else. We have now the class included. Now let's put it as navigation item. So basically I will copy this code. And this will be admin to person. And in here, I'm going to find the type in a different way. I'm going to do it by type. So type of person. Now let's call this somewhere. And that somewhere is here. And I will add the other one also and pass the type info. I think that's it. So let's run this and let's see how it goes. You will see that all my demos for today are how to do stuff with code. I never touch the model at all. Everything that I do is in code, even the model. Okay, so see, now we have the person navigation menu and we can create person. And that's it. Now we have it in the database. So far, so good. We have the list view and everything. We can even extend this if we want with the other code that I showed you before. So that was basically the second demo, how to add an attribute in runtime. So you can use this, especially in cases like the one that we did with person, that is an object that is defined in an assembly that is already compiled. So when it's your own code, basically, you can just go to the file and put the attribute, right? But if it's something that is defined in someone else's assembly, like this, in this case, you can add attributes like that, like basically with the iType info infrastructure. Well, that's everything for right now.